My name is Mase Peterson. I am an English and Swags major and a transfer student, and I studied abroad in Ireland. Because I identify as queer and non-binary, I know that those identities are more visible depending on the contexts, and especially, I think, even in the same communities that I was a part of at NUI, how I relate to those identities can change. And for me, I was able to find community at NUI, but I think that because it was a much larger institution than Amherst, it was not as easy to navigate the social scene. But once I found those people, that was beneficial to my experience. It was all about staying connected, making sure that if there was an email about certain club meetings, there was one pride group on campus called Broad, and I had to pay attention to when those emails would come to my inbox and make sure to attend the events that brought those communities together. I think that for me, having those identities and being able to form them there gave me a sense of sameness with them. It gave me a sense of insight into what was available to me in terms of how to form that identity. And so I think having a lot of conversations with my roommates about what it means to be queer and non-binary, because 3 of my roommates were international students that weren't from the US. 2 of them were French, 1 was German. And they were very attentive and receptive to those conversations. I was very lucky in that sense. But we definitely had some nights where we had to kind of unpack a little bit about what does the gender binary mean? And what does it mean to use these kinds of pronouns? Having those friends and making those friends, even though they didn't come from communities like mine, it gave me the chance to exercise and communicate how to form those dialogues about my identities on an interpersonal level. Even when I came into Amherst, I think that I was still trying to find my bearings and my grounds as to what it means to be queer and non-binary. There was a lot of uncertainty wrapped up in the experience of, well, how do I occupy these identities when I'm still trying to form them, when I'm still trying to make sense of them here in the US? And so for me, I think that, non-binary people, queer people, we're not a monolith. I think that at NUI Galway, I was lucky because professors were the ones who were actually inviting people to use pronouns more. I think that it's a very small but benevolent thing you can do to make students feel more safe, both national and international.